It's 9:06 on your Wednesday. A big weekend is ahead, and Lucy's got a good recipe for us.
You know who you should call if that happens to you? You should call the FBI, the Federal Package Investigator. No good? No good? All right. Thank you, everybody. Thanks for watching Studio.
I'll just do the segment alone.
All right, Lucy, what do we got here today?
Okay. Chelsea's right. We have a big weekend. It's kind of the introduction into summer with Memorial Day.
Yeah.
And kids are getting out of school. Mine get out tomorrow. And there a lot of people have weekend plans, whether they're going to be by the water or if they're just going to, kind of get grilling. So today we are going to be doing country style finger ribs. Do you know what that is? Have you had them?
Yeah, I have had these before. Delicious. And what I'm excited about is the way you're going to prepare them, because all these ingredients you're putting together are going to combine for a tasty rib.
Yes.
Yeah.
And the good thing about this, and if you haven't had it, country style rib, it's cut out of a Boston butt. And so it's kind of hard to see, but if you see them in the store, which this is a family pack, and it's about 3.82. Yeah, that sounds good. Pounds. So that's about 4 pounds. So we just slice Boston butts, and so it gets to be like ribs, and it's just like a Boston butt. Some pieces will have a bone and some pieces will be boneless, but these are on sale. We have so many great things on sale this week at the store. I looked at the ad yesterday trying to get inspiration. I was like, oh, this is hard to choose. We have butts and chicken, all sorts of stuff, but I thought this would be good if somebody wanted to try something different. The good thing about this is, of course, it's going to cook a lot longer than if you're going to smoke a Boston butt or do ribs or something. But also you could do it in your pressure cooker like I am today, or you could do it in the crock pot or on the grill. So it's a really good value and kind of something different if you maybe not had them before.
All right, great idea. So the flavorings and the way you're gonna make it come together with this, what you're doing here, what are you putting in there?
All right, that's 8 ounces of crushed pineapple. I have 2 tablespoons of brown sugar, 1/4 cup of apple cider vinegar, and we have some spices here. We just have chili powder, garlic powder, onion powder, and a little bit of salt. And I'm going to add 1/2 cup of barbecue sauce, and then just 1 tablespoon of soy sauce. And whenever you buy, we cut all of our meat in-house, and this is all done right there in the store. And so when you get pork, go ahead and rinse it off, because we do cut that with a saw. And it has bones in there, so you do want to rinse this off.
Good to know.
And so once I'm going to go back there and rinse it, and then I'm going to put those in here. And typically you would just let this marinate for 30 minutes, but I'm just going to go ahead and get this turned on. And so since I'm using a pressure cooker, I'm going to put it on high for 15 minutes. And then if you haven't used one before, then you can either release the steam or let it just go down in there. So then I'm gonna just let it sit for 10 more minutes, and then later on we'll talk about how you finish them in the oven.
Yeah, you got to be careful when you release the steam on those things too.
Steam, yes, you got to be careful.
Yeah. Well, already starting to smell this a little bit. It smells fantastic. Can't wait to show you how this turns out. Great idea for the Memorial Day holiday weekend coming up, and we'll have more for you coming up in just a bit. Lucy, thanks a lot.
Thanks.
Welcome back in. We are in the kitchen with Lucy Greer with Greer's Market. She's making some barbecue country style ribs, and so far I can already smell them just a little bit.
I know, I was just thinking that too. I hear the pressure cooker kind of bubbling away in there. Yes, we are doing country style ribs today, which I was talking to Joe about. That is, we just take a Boston butt and we cut it up, and it comes in these strips, and so it's just like a Boston butt. Some of the pieces are going to be boneless, and some of the pieces are going to have the bone in there. And Mick, our photographer, is like, it's like a little pork chop. I'm like, yes, that's exactly what it is. So I should have described it like that to begin with. And it's really good because, it's great for kids. They're really tender. It's a lot quicker cooking, and it's a really great value. So that's what they look like. So the rest of them are in here, and we made our marinade. So we started with 8 ounces of crushed pineapple. We added a little bit of barbecue sauce, apple cider vinegar, and some spices, just some chili powder, onion powder, garlic powder, just a little bit of salt. I think that was everything. Oh, and 1 tablespoon of soy sauce. And so we mixed that in the pot, and then I just added all those ribs after I rinsed them off and just coated them all. And so I put this on, and I closed the steam lid. Do you do Instapot?
I've I own one. I was gifted one. I have never used it.
That
And so
is
that's why when
so
I saw you using it, I was very curious because I would like to incorporate it.
I was
just don't know
gifted
how.
one as well a while back. My mother-in-law gave me one a while back, and I was like you. I was just kind of intimidated to use it. I didn't use it for years, and I was like, okay, I've got to figure out how to use this thing. So this is a good introduction.
Yeah, it is.
This is the steam lid. You know, a lot of people, I mean, back in the day, you know, everybody used pressure cookers, and then they were just a little bit dangerous, of course. And so, but this is great. These are really wonderful. And so the steam lid is closed. The lid is on. Has a lot of different settings. I'm just pretty simple with it. I just turn it on. You just press manual, and I put it on 10 minutes, and you can see it says high pressure. And so it's going to cook for 10 minutes. And then I was mentioning earlier, when you're using one of these, when the timer goes off, you can either open the vent, and if you do, you would use a wooden spoon or a spatula, you know, and just kind of knock it, because it's going to go, you know, the steam is going to come out. So be careful if you do that, and that's just like a manual release. But in this case, after it cooks for 10 minutes, I'm not going to release that vent. I'm just going to let the pressure just decrease on its own in here, and that's just going to allow it just to, you know, cook for another 10 minutes. Yeah. And then when we take our lid off, there won't be any steam release. So really, it's only 20 minutes in here.
That's so easy.
And then what we're going to do, so I'm hoping, I think we'll have time. I think they're going to get cooked, or I'll pull them out anyway. And then we're going to put them on a sheet pan, and we're just going to brush them with barbecue sauce, and then pop them in a 500-degree oven just to get that caramelization on there. So what you could do too at that point is you could pop them on the grill. If you have the grill on, you know, you're doing burgers or hot dogs or something like that, and you didn't want to cook these on the grill, then you could just finish them off there. And then also, if you aren't a pressure cooker user, you could do the same thing in a slow cooker. The exact same process. Of course, it would just take longer. So if you did the whole thing, you could then turn it on high for 3 or 4 hours, or turn it on low for around 6 hours. Same thing, pull them out, and we'll finish them in the oven.
Super simple. Especially 20 minutes. Pretty much almost done. You just got to bake it on that sauce a little bit more. But also, there's not a lot of pots and pans.
I know.
I
that's
that
the
when
best.
I walked over, I was like, it feels so empty. And we
already
got a thumbs up from Mick there. So yeah, so it's definitely something to check out there. It already smells delicious. I'm excited to see the end result there, especially checking out that Instant Pot too. And we're gonna have the finished result of that coming up soon. Chelsea. Welcome back to the kitchen. We are live with Lucy this morning, and we are continuing to make this recipe. It's perfect for the holiday weekend. What are we working on?
Yes, we are working on our country style finger ribs, which is just cut up Boston butt. And so we cut them at the store into long strips, and I mentioned some of them have bones, some of them are boneless, just like a full Boston butt. And we marinated it in crushed pineapple, a little bit of barbecue sauce, a tablespoon of soy sauce, some spices, and then we used our pressure cooker to cook it, and it's only been in there 20 minutes, so we talked about that. We talked about that you could also use a slow cooker to do this. And so what I'm doing now is pulling them out. I'm going to put them on this baking sheet. I'm going to just coat them in some barbecue sauce and pop them in the oven at 500 degrees, just so that barbecue sauce can, you know, get kind of caramelized on there.
Right.
And we said they're just kind of like little pork chops.
They're delicious. They are delicious.
Yay! I'm so glad you like them.
Yeah, they're perfect for this weekend, and I personally like it too. The grill intimidates me. I just don't know if I'm doing it right. I've got to have some more practice on it, but this is something I could definitely do, and our family can do. That's easy this weekend if you want to pop something in the oven. For people wanting to come shop before the busy weekend, what do we need to know about Greer?
Yes, our Memorial Day ad dropped today, so you can find it on social or Greers.com, and we have so many amazing things for sale. These are on sale. We have Boston Butts on sale, everything. In the meat department, I was shopping at our Dauphin Street store yesterday, and everything looked so good. It was kind of hard to decide what to do. But if you don't have time to go in-store and shop, you can shop online. My friend Rachel said she was about to place an online order, and And so we'd love for you to stop by one of our stores and get everything you need for the weekend.
Awesome. Well, we are going to put this in the oven. There's the finished product. It's absolutely delicious.
Thanks.
Lucy, I hope you and your family have a good weekend.
Thank you. Happy Memorial Day.
Happy Memorial Day. Thank you guys for joining us on Studio 10. We're going to have this recipe on fox10tv.com. Lucy will have it on her website as well. More Studio 10 is heading your way after you see this.